People say music can't fix your problems, but these albums prove them wrong. 3 albums that saved me over the past 3 years. I've already shared a video on how music helps me deal with depression. If you are curious about the deeper story behind it, you can check it out on my channel. The link will be somewhere here. Long story short, everything changed for me in 2022 when the war started. Hello from Ukraine, by the way. There are a lot of personal challenges I'm going through right now, but I won't go too deep into that here. Instead, I want to share something that keeps me going, the 3 albums that saved my mental health. And let's make this a two-way conversation. Share in the comments what albums you've been listening to the most over the last 3 years. And the first album is Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. It was released in 1975 and quickly became one of Pink Floyd's most iconic albums. Its atmospheric sound and experimental production pushed the boundaries of progressive rock. The track Shine On You Crazy Diamond was written in honor to Syd Barrett, the band's original frontman, whose mental health struggles forced him to leave the band. The legend says that Barrett even visited the studio during the recording. He was so changed in appearance that the band didn't recognize him at first. I love this album for its emotional depth. The guitar solos feel like someone is speaking directly to your soul. Slow, melancholic, but incredibly powerful. It's one of those records that doesn't just sound good, it feels like therapy. I like to put the record on the turntable, pour a drink, and just listen to this masterpiece. No thoughts, no distractions, just me and the music. This isn't something you just play in the background, it's something you dive into completely. I think it was exactly this album that pushed me to buy my first Fender Stratocaster. By the way, check out the video on my channel about how I got my almost 30 years old Strat. The link will be in the description. Wish You Were Here isn't just a music for me, it's a feeling. It's one of those albums that holds you in a quiet moment and lets you breathe. Moving on, and the second album that saved me over the last 3 years is Strange Days by The Doors. To be honest, I was never a huge fan of The Doors. They kind of passed me by. Of course, I knew their iconic songs, but I never listened to them as full albums. Then, in 2025, everything changed when I came across a video about them. I bought a couple of their records, their debut and Strange Days. The first album is good, but Strange Days hit me on a whole different level. The energy is unpolished, unpredictable, and totally magnetic. It felt like the music wasn't trying to fix anything, just mirrored the madness I was already feeling. Jim Morrison's voice, the darkness, the poetry, the honest emotions, it all felt strangely comfort. From Love Me 2 Times to People Are Strange and all the way to When the Music's Over, I absolutely love it. Strange Days was released in 1967, just months after their debut album, and it pushed their sound into a darker, more experimental place. It blended rock, blues, and psychedelia with the poetic. Strange Days is also marked as one of the first uses of Moog synthesizers in rock music. Critics were initially divided, but over time the album earned a reputation as one of the Doors' most creative works. The album captures a moment when rock wasn't afraid to be weird, wild, and completely original. And I'm grateful to have discovered this exactly when I needed it. The last album for today is a lot more modern than the previous ones. It's AM by Arctic Monkeys. It was released in 2013 and became a defining moment in the band's evolution. The album marked a shift in the band's style, moving away from the raw garage rock of their early works into something darker, more mature. Tracks like Do I Wanna Know and Are You Mine became an instant classics and helped the band break into the US mainstream. AM became the soundtrack of my life in 2023. I'd listened to individual tracks before, but never the album front to back. By the way, it was the first record I ever bought on vinyl. I love the mood of this album. It's smooth and a little bittersweet. It feels like a late-night conversation you weren't ready to have. It also inspired me to keep writing my own songs, despite all the limitations I have, and I'm grateful for that. I like Arctic Monkeys in general, because you can find a song for pretty much any mood. The tracks from AM opened the door for me to explore their other albums, and I found so many gems along the way. From a musician's perspective, they make some really interesting choices in their arrangements and songwriting, and I love that. It came into my life just at the right place and time, and gave me something that I didn't even know I needed. Every time I play it, I find something new, some little detail in the lyrics or production that hits differently. It reminded me that to be powerful, you just need to be honest. So that were 3 albums that saved me over the last 3 years. Each one came into my life at a different time, but all of them stayed and helped me get through some really heavy moments. Music has this strange power to hold you together when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Don't forget to share your albums in the comments, maybe we'll all discover something new together. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'm still testing this new podcast format on the channel, and your support means the world to me. Thanks for watching, and good luck.